Like this cute little thing. Macy's had their Wow Pass, and I asked them, this is INC, is this going to be with the Wow Pass? And they're like, oh yeah, everything except for everyday values. And they were wrong. It was coupon not accepted. It was a $60 skirt. And the woman was nice. I'm like, God, you guys have leeway, huh? She's like, she's like, I'll give you the 20% off because I told you that it was, even though it wasn't. I'm like, well, that's nice of you. Thank you. I wasn't going to push it, you know, because those coupons a lot of times have, you know, they have exceptions, whatnot, but they should say to me that, and I specifically said, this is INC, is it on the coupon? They're like, oh yeah, it is. So they gave me the $12 off, so I got it for $48. It's cute, huh? INC, I like it. I like it. You wear something like this to a club, and you don't have to worry, like if you wear a tight little mini skirt and you have my kind of body, it slowly just rides up until it starts off down there, like stretchy dresses I've had, and then it goes all the way up to there. Something like this doesn't. It's just, you know, cute. Anyway, so, my mom doesn't want to hear, and I mean, understandably so, but I just am not gonna be here and, you know, and have it happen. I don't have to be here. I have plenty of money. I can leave. I can get on Section 8, you know, I mean, and get housing, low-cost housing, and get the fuck out of here. And then I have my little nest egg in the bank. But I'm only getting $1,000 a month. I'm not gonna, on disability, I'm not gonna get, you know, I'm not gonna not get her Section 8 and just get a regular thing and deplete, you know, deplete everything either, you know, deplete my little savings or whatnot. And as you can see, if you've watched some, I got my hair done. Just very, you know, very basic. Just, it flows nicer, you know. It's nothing extravagant. My hair looks best just simple, you know, because I've gotten like perms in the past, spiral perms and all this crap, and you know, my hair looks better long and straight and simple. And I'm gonna get my eyebrows professionally done. You know, I have money, so I'm making myself look better. I would like to get my teeth whitened, as I've said. And I'm not buying, you know, real expensive clothes still. I mean, last time I went to TJ Maxx and got that yellow shirt you saw was $10 or $12 or something, you know. I guess I'm not used to having money where I'm going to go out and pay $500 for a purse, even though I could. I did buy a new purse. It was Style & Company, regular $100, on sale for like $50, and then I think it was, I had, you know, whatever. I ended up paying like $35 for it or something. You know, I'm just not used to having any money, so I don't, you know, anyway, these are both INC. This, I don't know, I think that coupon, maybe, like if there was an INC on sale, then it would have worked and it would give me the extra 20% off, but because this wasn't, I don't know. She gave it to me, she gave me the $12 off anyway, so she was nice. I wasn't expecting it, didn't ask it, just like, oh, okay, it didn't ring up, I'm going to return it, you know. The difference between paying $48 for something and paying $60. I didn't like being told that it was going to be that. Anyway, and just as an aside, you know, Marion's been putting me down for years and years for whatever, for being sexy, for whatever. I have Marion is in her late 50s and is wearing mini skirts to church. We're not talking something like this, okay? This is just a cute little thing, even though it's still a mini skirt, whatever. We're talking about jeans mini skirts that, when I showed my mom my black shorts, I'm like, does Marion wear mini skirts as short as this one? And she's like, well, an inch short. I'm like, well, that's the same thing. I mean, an inch long, that's the same thing, Mom, okay? whatever Marion's trying to do. I really don't give a fuck. Okay? And my mom's like, well, she looks good. Yeah, Mom, she looks good. She wants to wear miniskirts to church when she's hitting 60 or, in her whatever. I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to talk about Marion. I hate her fucking guts. You don't understand, okay? Marion has pneumonia. Oh, really, Mom? Yeah, she went to the CVS Minute Clinic and they told her she just had allergies and she wasn't getting any better. So she finally broke down and went to, oh, really, Mom? Why did she go to the CVS Minute Clinic? I don't know, probably to save money. Yeah, I rest my case. Do I care that she has pneumonia? No. She went to the CVS Minute Clinic to save money. Doesn't she have insurance, Mom? Well, probably not, whatever. I don't care about Marion, okay? Don't care. Don't care, Mom. My mom gets to have, and my mom's like, well, they wear shorts to our church. Mom, there's a difference between shorts and miniskirts. Plus, I would bet cold hard cash that the shorts they're wearing are not shorts, like a miniskirt is short, okay? My mom's like, no. And she's like, only the young ones wear the shorts anyway. You have to, it's like pulling teeth with my mom. You get more and more stuff out of her and you just get more pissed off, Who cares? Marion, she has a nice body. As far as I'm concerned, there are no rules, okay? Because my shelter friend's around my age, and then she was wearing a miniskirt when I met with her the other day, and she's like, I'm wearing this and I don't care. I'm like, the stars wear whatever, they'll have this thing, well, Jennifer Lopez, she dresses like she's 25 when she's in her 40s. I don't care. If you look good, you can fucking wear what you want as far as I'm concerned, okay? That's how I feel. I don't care. I'm going to wear what I want. I don't care. My aunt's hitting 60 almost, and she's going to wear miniskirts to church. The woman who's put me down left and right for everything. Miniskirts to church. I just find it amusing. That's the only thing I find amusing about all this, though. My mom wants to have her cake and eat it too. See, with her sister having the power over, with my mom's sister, half-sister, mind you, having the power over my mom's money, my mom gets to maintain the illusion of freedom. Get it? It's just an illusion. Well, Marion's not charging me anything to be my take care of my money, my power of attorney. Another person would charge. Mom, Marion doesn't have to charge. Her whole plan is to steal my rightful inheritance right out from under me. Why is she going to charge? She knows you're deteriorating. But Marion will not. Now, Marion, you understand what's going on here? That's why my other shelter friend, the one who abandoned me, and I say abandoned because she left and she didn't even live that far away, and we never saw each other again, and I tried, okay? But in any case, I had shared all my crap with her, just like she shared all her crap with me, okay? We went through different crap, just like my hottest shit black shelter friend. We went through different crap, but it's still crap. And when you have gone through a lot of abuse and crap, and so long as like a lot of people have gone through a lot of abuse and crap, but then they become devout Christians, and I'm not going to be able to be close friends with a devout Christian, okay? But a lot of abuse and crap, and you're not some religious person or something, then, we could bond. Or, this other woman that I had stuff in common with her, and then I didn't because I have a split personality. But in any case, we didn't stay friends, but we're not enemies either, and we email sometimes, and I send her cute pictures and whatnot. But she had lawyer friends on the internet because she'd gone through crap and had to find. And one of her female lawyer friends said she sent her all this crap that I had, and because I had it out on the internet too. I had stuff written on Yahoo Answers and whatnot, and she said, sounds like the daughter is outgunned. Bottom line, I'm outgunned, okay? Nobody sees what I see except for strangers. I'm all alone in this. I've decided to not fight it. I know my friends are just sighing. Laura, you went through 50 videos. You have 50 videos out here saying you are going to fight it. I know. I know. Would you like to know why I'm not going to fight it? Okay? Let me first preface this with, yeah, sometimes I'm harsh with my mom, okay? My partnership black shelterfish, she says, you're not mean, Laura. I know what mean is. I've seen people be mean. She's like, you're harsh. And you're dealing with your own shit, and your mother tries to be buddy-buddy with you, and she doesn't see the truth of anything that you see, and you're completely different people, but she doesn't have that many friends, and the friends she does have treat her bad, okay? I don't treat my mom badly. I don't take advantage of my mother. My mother has repeatedly over these last 7 months said, let me pay for the food, Lori. I want to, but no, Mom. I have $15,000 in the bank. I'm getting $1,000 a month. I am going to pay my share of rent. Instead of paying rent, my mom owns whatever and she only pays a small, you know what I mean? I'm not paying rent. I'm paying for all the food. I'm paying the equivalent of rent. I'm paying maybe more than, you know what I mean? I'm paying the equivalent because I want to. My mom has offered for me not to. I don't care about money, okay? I mean, I don't. I'm not going to take advantage of my mom, even though if she'll let me. I'm here, I'm paying rent, but I also need my space. And by space, I need my privacy. I need to be able to be on the computer and have my mother not just think she can just chat with me idly because she's bored, okay? Go read a book, go watch TV, do whatever. Don't sit there and stare at me. Do whatever, Mom, you know? And that's not being mean. Because that's the only way I can stay here at all, okay? Or I'll leave right now. I can do it. Sure as fuck, you know, but I'm not. I told my mom, you know, I'm not going to stay here. My mom doesn't see it. Technically, Marion, without my mother's permission, could come in. You understand? I can see her doing it. I saw her true colors 4 months ago, and that was it. She showed her true colors, and I knew instantly it was all phony, her hug, and can we forget we were ever mean to each other? I knew the snake was in there still. I thought maybe it wasn't because her sister's dying, but no. No. And you're not going to know what I'm talking about unless you watch the 50 videos, which most people are not going to do, you know. Anyway, as for my mother, wants to have her cake and eat it too. It's not going to happen, okay? My mother, she, with her sister having the control over her money, my mom gets to have, you know, with the sister having the control of my mother's money, my mother gets to have the illusion, it's only an illusion, mind you, okay? It's only an illusion of freedom, of autonomy, whatever. It's not. We saw the proof of that in February, you know. My mom could brush that aside. Oh, she apologized. Laura, I don't care. The second you showed the slightest bit of autonomy, the second she knew I might be influencing you to stick up for yourself a little bit, the claws came out, and the first thing she did was threaten to throw me out. She's a conniving bitch. She just wants power over your money. I'm going to have her thrown out of there. Little control fucking freak. I hope she chokes on her control. Marion, I hope you choke if you're ever fucking watching this. I hope you choke on your money and your greed and your control over my mother. Okay? Because I am going to back down. And when the time comes, because it inevitably will, you don't see any of it, you don't care. My mom gets into 2 big accidents, one that totals her car. Okay, I could have got a call in LA that my mother was, if anyone even bothered to call me, mind you, that my mother was dead or hurt or whatever. Doesn't Marion is one with all the control, okay? And when that happened, all Marion said to my mother, oh, accidents happen, Samantha, just get a rental car. You know? Meanwhile, I'm like, Mom, you couldn't drive when you weren't on 3 powerful segments. You couldn't drive good or well or whatever. 20 years ago, you were a horrible driver. Now, you're approaching 70 and you run 3 powerful segments. You shouldn't be driving at all. Okay? But Mary was just like, oh, get a rental car. Accidents happen. Oh, fuck you. I hate you so much. Your hug made me cringe. Your hug at Christmas made me cringe. Anyway, I'm backing down. Let my mom continue to have her illusion. And when the time inevitably comes, because it will, If my mom is this way now and everything I've seen living here, Marion doesn't know shit and she doesn't care anyway. Okay? It's only getting worse. It's only gonna get worse. I mean, that's common sense, right? You can't predict everything. My mom, I was home, but my mom falls asleep when we're watching a movie. She has to drink coffee, whatever. She decided to boil eggs one night, because I taught her to have hard-boiled eggs as a snack. It's part of how, I taught her all these things. She dropped 25 pounds. She feels much better about herself now that she's dropped 25 pounds. Okay. She fell asleep with the eggs boiling. I said, Mom, please, there's no reason you're home all day doing nothing. Don't try to cook eggs at night when you fall asleep. It would have been a fire, okay? I was here. I can't predict every little thing. My mom's probably not, it can happen fast. She's on Depakote, Resveratrol, and Prolixin, okay? Powerful doses, and, whatever. She's on 3 psych meds. She should not be trying to, and she falls asleep at night, and even when we're trying to watch, she needs to not be, cooking late at night eggs because she just decides to do it. But that's one thing. I told you about how she did not realize she had dropped her dog's leash. I'm walking and with her, and I'm handling Omar, and then I look, I'm like, where's Angel? She was 10 feet behind my mother, okay? But my mom brushes all that aside. She doesn't want to think about any of that. I say to her nicely, remember, Marion's not going to do any of this. Marion just is going to have control of my mother's money. If anything happens to my mother, Marion gets to make all the decisions. I'm shit in the eyes of the law, so be it. Okay? Because the alternative is to fight it. The alternative is to fight it when nobody's on my side, not even my mother, okay? I say to my mom nicely, I say, Mom, it wasn't my idea. I wouldn't have thought of it. I can't think of everything, just like when the other day I told you, if my mother tells me she put $20 into my purse, and I even thought I saw her doing it, and then I even asked her afterwards, did you do it? And she says yes, and then it's not in there, and I know I didn't touch it because I needed it to travel far to get my hair done the next day, okay? And it was money my mother owed to me. I'm going to assume it was there because I'm so anal, even though my mom had said, yeah, I put it in the purse the next day, and then when it wasn't there, I'm like, Mom, what the fuck is wrong with you? She'll brush it aside. She just wants to brush everything aside. She wants to pretend everything's okay. Okay? That's how it is. Okay? She's worried about, someone else controlling her money or whatnot, or they're going to charge or whatnot. I'm like, Mom, by the time you can even if it's even still there, the way the world's going, but whatever, by the time you can touch your 401k money, you're going to be 70. 70! If you're this now, Marion knows I'm telling you, Marion planned all this. She knows. She just knew because she's smart. She knew if my mom's mentally ill, she's only going to get worse and get older, and it's all going to combine together. My mom will wind up, but whatever. What's my mom even going to do with the money when she's 70? With me, it's not about the money. I've told you about that. It's about the respect. It's about the fact that this is my rightful inheritance, and it shouldn't go to my mother's cunt of a half-sister who tricked my mother. Okay, it's the bottom line. I repeatedly told my mom, I hope you outlive me. This is not about this, okay? It's not about me wanting your fucking money. It's about respect. Me having respect. I look like this and I'm shit in the eyes of my family. And I don't just look like this. I'm smart, I'm intelligent, but all I am is stigmatized by my own mental illness, by my mother's mental illness, by whatever, okay? Whatever, I'm not going to fight it. Why should I? I fight it, and then my mom will lose Marion too. And like my mom said, when she's trying to be my buddy, she's like, well, I don't have that many friends. Well, sorry, Mom. Because I'm leaving. I'll visit her once in a while, and we'll talk about shallow shit. Because all this stuff with Marion is just another thing that swirls around in my brain 24/7. Only when I'm sleeping, it's not there, okay? And even then, I can have dreams, but you know what I mean? Just another thing that makes me not want to be here at all. I'm not fighting it, not when nobody's on my side, okay? say to my mother, nicely, mind you, and it wasn't my idea, it was my mother's friend. My mother's friend was around the same age, but who is self-sufficient, and and I drive with her, and I'm not afraid like I used to be afraid years ago, 12 years ago, 15, when I was driving with my mother, okay? Some people are just bad drivers. My mom will blame it on, well, I was driving in an unfamiliar area. Mom, when I don't drive. I drive over a cliff, probably intentionally. Okay, I don't drive. But the fact of the matter is, Mom, you're a horrible driver, and you were a horrible driver before you won 3 daily cocktail of 3 powerful segments. You were a horrible driver. Back when you only had to take Prolix, you were a horrible driver. You're not a good driver. And you blame it. There's always unpredictable things. Donald's mom, at over 70, is an incredible driver. I'd drive with her, and she would just be aware of everything, and we'd almost get into accidents or other people's fault, and my mom's not like that. My mom can't think that way. And add on the 3 powerful psych meds? No. And Mary, accidents happen, Samantha. Just get a rental car. This was when I was back in LA, and I was livid. I'm like, and then even now, my mom's like, I think, Mom, I can't stop you, because she told her car and got the money for it, and it's sitting there, added to Marion's collection of money. Marion takes care of all the money of the mentally ill other sister who's been mentally ill since I was 10, or more earlier, but she never could even have anything. She just had to have no life, and, Marion has it all. I hope Marion chokes on her money and her power and her whatever, I'm sick of it all. I say to my mom, Bethany's my mom's friend, okay? Bethany says, probably, when I'm not, if I move out and you're here alone, you should get one of those alert things. And because you're living here alone, and my mom goes, she goes, I'm mentally ill, Laura. I'm not, you treat me like I'm elderly or something. Mom, I'm witnessing all this crap, okay? When I was in LA, you instead of telling them that they plowed a big, giant, heavy thing into your driveway, you're afraid to tell them, so you try to lift it yourself, and you hurt your back. You could try to change a light bulb in here. You have me doing them, but if I'm not around, and you could fall. Okay? I'm not saying you're elderly. I'm just saying that Bethany says that's a good thing to have if you live alone. Well, Bethany doesn't have it. She doesn't live alone. It's just a good thing to have, but Mom gets upset about that. I give up. What am I going to do? Go fight this? So my mother will have the sister dead, the beloved sister dead. The other sister that my mom forgets all the bad stuff, that sister's done, because as long as my mom stays in line, the other sister, everything's fine and whatever, It's just bullshit. It just all swirls around in my brain. It makes me not want to be here at all. Seriously, this is just bullshit. I knew. I played the game. I wrote Marion a letter. Oh, thank you so much for letting me stay in my mother's house and not be in that horrible shelter anymore. Thank you. You're so kind, and you let Omar stay with me. No, it should have never been up to Marion, but I have to play. Now I don't. Now my mom has a doctor's note, and I can stay here indefinitely, but I'm not gonna. Because the fact of the matter is, it's still Marion's house. Okay? My mom will be like, I have the bill of sale. It doesn't matter, Mom. I talk to lawyers. Adorable power of attorney makes everything of yours Marion's. End of discussion. She can legally sell this house out from under you if she wants to. That's the kind of power you've given her. I don't have the strength to fight her, not when you're not on my side, but you make your choice, and that's it. I'll leave, I'll visit once in a while, and if anything happens to you, it'll be Marion that makes all the decisions, because that's what you want. You want this pretend, because Marion's not going to say anything to you. Marion's not around here. Marion doesn't know the daily things that I've seen, where you don't even want to change. You have nice new clothes. You're making a lot of money off of me living here. You bought nice clothes, and you don't want to change your clothes. You want to wear the same clothes day after day, and I give up. Like my shelter friend said, you know, Laura, you gotta, this is gonna make you sick. Yeah. It is. It is. I give up. Sure, I could fight it, but I'm fighting, you know. But whatever, you know. My mom gets into accidents where she could have died, and she totals her car, and Marion is like, oh, accidents happen, get a rental car. Meanwhile, I'm like screaming from LA in the phone, Mom, I don't want you driving, I'll report you, I'll tell the DMV to investigate, blah, 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 you know. My mom will end up not getting the car, but if I leave, especially with the other, you know, Marion will probably talk to my mom. Marion asked her recently, so you're going to get a car, Samantha? You see? You see what I'm fucking dealing with? No, only if you have intelligence and depth can you possibly understand all the deep, deep connotations of this, okay? What am I going to do? Fight it. Fight it and hurt my mom, you know? My mom wants to continue the illusion. Fine. Fine. But you and I are not going to be close, Mom. No, we'll pretend. I'll pretend. I'll visit you, whatnot. But I'm good to my mother. I'm good even in ways that a jerk wouldn't be, because my mother is... I don't have to pay a penny rent. My mom wouldn't even make me. You understand? I'm doing it because I want to. I buy all the food, all the dog food, and I buy us good food, like salmon twice a week, and salads, and $5 bags of peppers that I make my mush with. I make my concoction, my whatever, and beans. I mean, I buy good food, not crap, okay? I am paying the equivalent of rent here. I'm actually paying more than my share of expenses, trying to make up for the fact that my family condemned me because my mom helped me out when I had nothing and wanted to fucking slice my own throat open, okay? I was being treated like shit, but whatever. The family condemns me, and, you know, I've made up for it because I'm paying my mom to be here. I'm paying for my own internet and the difference in electricity the internet costs, okay? All the stuff my mom wouldn't even make me. She wouldn't make me pay for anything. I'm doing it on my own. She periodically will say, why don't you let me pay half? No. No, Mom. No. I'm doing this. I'm paying you rent. Okay? And because your rent is nothing, because you own this house, and whatever, I'm actually paying more than my share of expenses, trying to make up for all the money you gave me in the past when I was desperate. Okay? The money you're fucking, of course, Marion at the head, at the helm, condemned you for giving me, I'm sorry, I didn't condemn you because you're mentally ill, condemned me for taking advantage of my mentally ill muck, okay? What are you going to do? You know? My mom gets to maintain the illusion until such time inevitably happens, because believe me, it will. I don't know what will happen. I just know something will. And I will have no rights whatsoever under the law. Only Marion does. Oh well. My mom's making that choice. You can say her illness is causing her to make that choice, yeah. But me fighting it, I'm fighting everyone in the family, you know, and my mother's against it. And, you know, I'm not staying here. Not when Marion can technically. Because I've imagined sometimes. I have an incredible imagination. That's why I've been creative since I was practically a baby, you know. I've imagined, even when I've left my videos uploading, like, Marion's home today, or what if Marion suddenly does discover what I'm doing? She doesn't live that far away. She comes over here, and my mom can't stop Marion, you understand? I saw it in February. My mom's sitting here crying on my bed. Mom, why didn't you maintain what we had planned? Why did you give in? I'm afraid of her, Laura. You know, I cannot win. My mom wants the illusion, so let her have the illusion. Let her have it. she and I are not going to be best buddies. I'll visit once in a while. We'll talk about shallow shit. While my fucking cunt of a half-on, who's my enemy, who definitely plans to steal this all up from under me, you know, whatever. Because I don't care about this. It's all, I don't even think that way. That's why I met with that guy. I know he just thought he probably was attracted to me and he liked touching me, but he thought I was strange, I'm sure. He didn't want to see me again. He would have contacted me, you know. And so we spent hours making out or whatever, safely. In the middle of the day, in the middle of the mall, in his car, where I felt safe. Because he was asking me brothers and sisters. Everything's a loaded question. Do you have any brothers and sisters? Technically, no. My father was a philanderer, and I have ones I was introduced to, but I'm not close to them, and one that wasn't even really my brother, because my father's a philanderer, and Goose, you know, he got what he came coming from, because his wife went and slept with a black guy, and then we didn't realize until the kid was a little older, because she did have some darkness in her, but no, he's definitely black, and Dad loved him more than, and I didn't say all that. I just said very little to a total stranger, but he said, well, what if you don't want to get to know them? What if you ever need a kidney? I said, I don't think that way. I know he just thought it was strange. No, he doesn't understand. Everything's a loaded question with me. Everything is just, you know. So whatever. Whatever. I give up. I give up. I give up. I could fight this with Marion. It'd probably cost me thousands of dollars. My mom's not on my side. And then, you know, it's just... So I'll let her go. Let her go. I know what's going to happen. I'm smart. I can see it. If she's this way now, give it a few more years. She doesn't want to hear that, of course. I'm mean if I say something like, you know, your friend, your friend said to me, your friend Bethany, whatever, said you might wind up in a home, and I'm telling her of these things that's gone on that I've witnessed firsthand. Marion's not witnessing shit. Marion just sees her once in a while. They don't hardly ever see each other. They get together when Marion has to take my mother to a doctor's appointment or something. No. It's all bullshit. Yeah, but, and Stranger's gonna charge me, Laura. I'm like, Mom, there are parents who will die for their children. You're so worried about this money that you have or whatever. You're not even gonna be in any condition to spend it. You're probably gonna wind up in a home. I'm thinking that to myself, you know, like, with me, it's not about the money. It's about the fucking my mother choosing me over her sister, and she's not gonna do it because she thinks she doesn't have this to understand. To her, sisters, you know, it's better than a stranger, and I fight it, and I'll have to hurt my mother, and you know, just like some of my friends. I don't really call this person a friend, but she was trying to help me because she had promised another one of my really good friends who really cared about me, and we had a falling out, and then the woman wound up dying, and I didn't know, and then I found out from this person who said, oh, by the way, I promised Stephanie or whatever, I promised that I would try to help you, and my husband's a lawyer, you know, just to help you, whatever, but basically she says to me, if my mother's not on my side, there's nothing I can do. I'll have to declare my mother incompetent, but I'm not competent, so I can't take care, and then the strangers, it'll involve strangers, and it'll hurt my mother, so fuck it, okay? Fuck it. I hope Marion chokes on her greed and her control and her power and what I hope she fucking chokes on. I don't care if she has pneumonia. I don't care what happens to her. Okay? Do not care, Mom. Don't even want to hear it. I've told my mom I don't want to hear about Marion. Okay? She's my enemy. I had to play nice because I was here under her good graces, but now I'm not. Now you have a fucking doctor's note. You gave it to the park head, and I can stay here as long as I want. Not that I'm gonna, but I can. You know? The only reason I'm not sending a thing to Marion and rubbing this all in her face sending her links to all my stuff, my Facebook, my MySpace, all under Alicia Roll, whatever. My websites, my Alicia Roll's World, this channel, whatever. When I lose this channel, I have all kinds of other crap, okay? Because Marion will turn on my mother. I've seen, you know what I mean? If Marion can't hurt me, has no power to hurt me, she will turn on my mother, okay? Even if I start fighting this or whatnot, she'll make my mother's life miserable. So I'll give up. I won't fight. Despite the 50 videos out here where I told you guys I was going to fight. But my mom can't have her cake and eat it too. I'm going to leave, and I will visit once in a while, and my mother and I will talk about shallow stuff. And always in the back of my mind, because I'm observing, year after year will go by or whatever, and if anything, God forbid, happens to my mother, it's Marion who makes the decisions. My mother doesn't even know what's in the fucking healthcare proxy, you understand? I've asked her. Don't think I'm making this up. She knows nothing about what a durable power of attorney is, and she doesn't know what's in the healthcare proxy that gives Marion all the rights under the law and me nothing, okay? Do you even know what a healthcare proxy, my mom doesn't know. She doesn't know what's written in it. I fight it, I'm on my own. I spend thousands of dollars, and in the end I could lose anyway, because my mom's confused. She's not on my side. She couldn't even remember that she first got sick when I was a little girl, when I was 10. She first had her first of many mental breakdowns to come when I was 10, not when I was 16. But she did that lawsuit for the wrongful death of her crazy husband or whatever, and I read the thing. She's like, "Why are you getting into my business?" I'm like, Mom, if when it comes to this, if I'm trying to fight Marion and I'm trying to fight your declining memory and whatnot, I have to do things like snoop. And she had the date. She told these lawyer people she had first got sick in blah, blah, blah year. That would have been when I was 16. No, it was a big difference between her having her first schizophrenic breakdown when I'm 10 and when I'm 16. Big, big difference, okay? And I don't think she did it on purpose. I think she's confused. I think she doesn't want to remember. And my shelter friend's like, "Laura, she's not doing that to hurt you. She doesn't," I know, but she's telling, you're not going to negate my life. I remember everything, and what I don't remember, I also have everything in pictures. I have pictures of the alcoholic abuser who was in my life from ages 4 to 12, okay? I have a diary I kept when I was 10. I have a diary I half kept when I was 11, but basically I just wrote, wrote things like, because he was supposed to be out of our lives. He had caused her to get sick. He had cheated on her, whatnot. I find them together, and I ran away, and then I wrote, it was like, he has some nerve, him about me. He made my mother go wacko, and then I wrote, I love sex, and I want boys all over. I wrote all kinds of crap, and I have it. It's fucking over 30 years old. I have it in my storage unit in LA, okay? Okay, you're not going to negate my life. You are not going to tell me my life didn't happen the way it did because you don't want to remember, or you can't remember, or you want to deny it, okay? Oh, I'm not going to fight it. I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave, and I'll visit once in a while. I'll leave her Omar. If a day comes when she's, I hope Marion chokes on her fucking control and power. I really hope that I become, whatever, that this all comes out and Marion knows how I feel. But I'm not going to send her, and I want to. I don't want my mother to get the backlash, okay? Let my mom have her illusion. She has the illusion that she's in control, but she's not. There's no difference between Marion having the control and a stranger. Well, stranger would take money for taking care. Yeah, and Marion doesn't have to, Mom, because it's all hers, and she knows it. Whatever. I'm gonna leave. I can leave, and I'm just gonna, my mom can go back to her former thing. where she just lays around most of the days and does nothing and won't even change her clothes for 3 or 4 days in a row. And, you know, Marion doesn't know any of all this. Marion wouldn't care. Marion's bottom line is, was, and forever will be money, and I hope you're fucking watching this someday, you cunt. Okay? I hope you are. I hope you are. You are. You can have the control over my mother, Marion. You can have the control if, God forbid, something happens to my mother and I'm shit in the eyes of the law, and you're the who makes all the decisions with the healthcare proxy and all this stuff you did behind my mom's back and she doesn't even know what she signed or what it means, or, you know, whatever. Whatever. Because you don't have my talent, you don't have my intelligence, and you sure as fuck don't have my looks, and you can't take any of them away from me. Okay? Capiche?